Just the aesthetic is so strong throughout. Sounds, image, design elements, environments, set pieces. Today we're breaking down the cinematic language of Bloodborne. If you enjoy our time together, watch my other cinematic breakdowns and fear the old blood. Bloodborne lore masters, join me. This is an iconic game. Very well regarded. And what an appropriate first shot we have here. Setting the mood even down to the details and the dirt and the filth and a single drop of blood. Hinting at what may come. That name carries a lot of weight these days. Beautiful establishing shot of Yharnam. Then we come down to the city. I feel safe above the city. I feel a feeling of safety as we come down. When you hear the groaning cellos, I feel unsafe when we have this thematic element set up of a child. The empty carriage, very important for the story and the lore. And then, you hear it? This music feels almost like breath or footsteps of a hulking beast. Or a march of some sort. And there's this horrifying image. Feeling of safety, a subjective lens. I'm behind something looking out at the creature. And now the hunter drags this beast secretly into safety. Secret. And here it is. One of the most iconic weapons in gaming. Beautiful shot. Ah! Brutal. To show you the brutality of this world. Again. Focusing in on the details of the horrors, but every shot, even that one, was far away from safety. Bloodborne. Like, what an appropriate title for what we saw. It's incredibly done. Look at this, the same idea. Looking from afar as if I'm hiding behind something. Now, in this world, you almost feel unsafe with a torch. You almost want to stay in the dark and hide from the horrors. Beautiful lighting here. Music is ramping up. It's building. Building tension. And now here we go. This void on the right side. Just when you think you're safe, there it is. We're going to go back and break that down shot for shot. So much to say. For now, let's watch this next scene.
Well,
Damn it.
You've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration.
Now, this is Gehrman, the first hunter, right?
Unravel its mystery.
Amazing exposition here.
But where's an outsider like yourself to begin?
Really creatively delivered, in my opinion.
Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own.
Yeah.
But first, you'll need a contract.
The face reveal there is so smart. To kind of give the... What happened to this guy? I'm going to be like him? Which is really important.
Let's begin the transfusion.
And a super clever character creator in this game. I have so many lore questions.
You may think it all a mere bad dream.
I love it. This laugh. Again, the feeling of safety versus unsafe. I'm in a doctor's office. Typically, sometimes, right? A place of safety. Most of the time. Trying to be helped anyway. What's this laugh? What's he laughing at? Right? I'm helplessly strapped to a table, I suddenly realize. Tension. Lights are out. What happened? Now... What is that? Terrifying. Slowly, painstakingly coming closer. And it's like, who did this? Right? The feeling of safety. Okay, now we're protected. Now we're safe. Really constantly playing with this idea, and I love it. Super smart. for a game where around any corner you can be destroyed. Oh, that's terrifying. Just when you think you're safe, a worse nightmare appears. Horrible. But oh, so good.
You found yourself a hunter.
I love it. And just like that, we have, you know, these sort of opening cutscenes here. Really, really just dripping with mood. Absolutely dripping with mood. And then, of course, we come to the hunter's dream. Musically, aesthetically, it's just such a strong aesthetic from sound, from image. Everything comes together with this game. I think even more so than other FromSoft games. And that's saying a lot. Lore Masters, feel free to chime in. I have beaten the game very recently. Me and my girlfriend Aaliyah played it, had a great time. Make sure to check out our couples channel if you're into it. You want to see our take on FromSoft games. We play together. We have a lot of fun. Also, make sure to subscribe here if you're enjoying our time together. We'd love to have you. And hop in Discord if you want to join the conversation. So we start with this image of the blood. Fear the old blood is constantly talked about in this game. Sort of the mantra and the imagery down to the healing in the game. I think they're so smart to kind of include it in the lore and the healing and the mechanics of the game. But like I said, I love that we start up above the city. It has a sort of beauty to it. This Gothic architecture, very extreme, very harsh. And then we sort of descend down here. And suddenly the mood changes, right? Suddenly I go from an open sense of freedom to I am confined to these tight streets, abandoned, empty carriage, garbage everywhere, chains. It's evoking a feeling of fear and being trapped. What's in here? Right? Very, very well done. Lantern. This is Gehrman, right? The first hunter, which I think he's a super cool character from what I know about him. I'd love to learn more, but yeah, so awesome. And there he is. I mean, even the obscured face and the top hat, it's a beautiful shot there. It's a great shot because not even knowing what's going on. It's like there's some sort of manhunt. You know, there's some sort of mission that they're on. You think of, you know, everybody getting their pitchforks and torches, like something's going on and somebody's in big trouble. And then to see this, it's like, wait, is that like their friend? He's marching with them. But like I said, this shot is so genius because right here we have in the foreground this out of focus image, a very shallow depth of field, the camera on a very, very tight lens, over 100 millimeter here, zoomed in, punched in. Subject, or, you know, this sort of subjective feeling is very far away. Gives the feeling of hiding. I talk about it constantly. Resident Evil 1 remake for the GameCube. This is like a masterclass on this. Every single shot is placed in an uncomfortable, just dripping with anxiety and fear and just, it's beautiful. They'll place it like under a table, shift the axis and stuff. It's beautifully done. There's a lot of similar ideas here, right? And it's kind of like, did he just discover me? Right? A really cool feeling. And even this, we do a rack focus from these gentlemen over here who are on the manhunt, right? So we're insinuating, and then we're going to rack focus from these guys, which means change focus, to this subject, right? Being dragged off, which is implying that this hunter is the one that they're hunting, the one that they're looking for. Dragging this corpse of the beast that we saw before. So we're picking them off one by one in secret, hiding in alleyways, much like the first one we saw. Just very well done stuff. Show you the brutality of the world here. And I think they're really smart to focus in on the weapon and this sort of weapon reveal, the mechanics of the world, the magic of this world. What makes it different from ours is very well done because this weapon is a big part of world building. I think it's such a cool character reveal here. To go back one more time, because look at this. This not only functions as the character reveal, right as the music hits, it's like, whoa, that guy looks really cool, he looks really interesting, but his weapon is the focus of the shot. How cool is that? Right as the music, boom, right to the edit. Just beautiful work. And the way that the hunter moves here with confidence, with poise, comes out into the streets, just destroying many people. Again, being a hunter, lots of prey. We get to see this weapon, this brutal weapon in action. I actually quite like that. It's very, very subdued. Like, there's not a ton of stuff happening. You know, we see a couple different shots. We'll look one more time. Make sure we see each one. Really, really classic, awesome, over-the-shoulder action shot here. As he cuts across the character. We cut right away to another shot. Look, we're obscured. We're looking through a lens. Double framing here. How cool is this? We have the frame of the camera lens, and then we have the frame of this. It's a beautiful shot as we take the saw blade. Brutal, brutal world, right? Then we have this, like, look at this, passing in front of the camera, which is really cool, as he's attacking that guy. So look, there's a subject in the foreground, which is like, you're always being watched. You're never safe. Even when you're an advantage and you've defeated your enemy, you're not safe. I think that's so cool. And this is just brutal, brutal, super close up of the destruction here. And like I said, even this shot has that feeling I talked about in the Resident Evil 1 remake. It's this really low angle that the camera lens actually shifted down. It's like halfway pointed at the ground. So you have this beautiful sense of depth into the framing, into the shot. Feels like I'm hiding on the ground. Pretend you're dead or something, right? It's awesome. And then this is a sort of another reveal of one of our citizens of Yharnam. And you can see something's going on, man. Something's going on. Is it a disease? Is it like, who knows, right? What's happening to them? But this is what we're going to be dealing with in the game. Really smart setup, I think. Yeah. Beautiful. Even the font, well done. I love this shot. I think it's super cool. Again, same idea. It's as if I'm over here hoping that he doesn't discover me. He's the hunter, right? It's almost like we're one of the citizens of Yharnam trying to survive. And I love it. It's just giving a sense of what this game is going to be. You know, exploring dark places, uncovering secrets, uncovering lore. And I do like how they take their time with this. You know? They let it sit for a second. And look at all these candles and everything. Just the aesthetic is so gothic. It's so consistent. Mist. Very Mistborn. I hope Mistborn looks like this. Is anybody a fan of Mistborn? That's no doubt going to be made into a movie or a series one day. And I would really hope it looks, you know, though it has its own, you know, unique stuff to it. I just love this sort of aesthetic. And look at this. Like I said, questions being asked. Like, what is that? What the heck is that skull? Because number one, that's a cool relic. Number two, it's like, oh, there's creatures like that out here in these streets. Oh no. I think this is a super cool shot. Instantaneously, you'll notice the subject is on the left side of the framing here. The composition, there's just this void right here. Humongous void in which we see exactly with what that skull belonged to. Right? Which is terrifying. And there it is, and there's the cut. So cool, man. So cool. It's like you're never going to be safe. I love this whole thing being first-person perspective. Really cool that we get to kind of focus in on the character. You know, assuming that we are the character from the intro, too. We have a little bit of setup.
Now, let's begin the transfusion.
And it's classic FromSoft storytelling. I love it. Like, okay, we're talking about blood. This is the place of blood administration. Okay, the transfusion? Why? What are we doing? Why do I want to go there? You know? And I am curious about the lore here. So, lore masters help me out if anybody's like really, really, really into it. Hunter's Dream is a place that is accessed through taking the blood, correct? But then at the end of the game, you have the choice to wake from the dream or not. And how does that play into like this scene? So this scene, it is in Yharnam, right? So what's the difference between this Yharnam, the one we play in, Transfusion? I'd love to know about it. I've been waiting to do like a deep dive into the lore until we beat it, which we just did. So anyways, I love it. I think it's really cool. We talked about this sort of very, very scary imagery. The idea of, in this case, oh, it's a safe place, but then all of a sudden you're stuck there and it becomes scary, right? So I like that they play with the back and forth there. It's very good. Then we have these guys, which when you think you're safe, they show up and it's terrible. The music here kind of sets the mood for the game. It's the music that you're going to be hearing a lot, and we have this beautiful set piece of the Hunter's Dream, which we're going to be spending a lot of time in, but it just drips with that feeling of Bloodborne in and out, front to bottom, front to back. I love it. It's just too good. We'll cover more of the cutscenes. If you guys enjoy this, we'll do more of the game. If you guys have any specific cutscenes you want me to look at in the game, let me know. Love this game. It was so much fun. And like I said, it's just like such a strong image, such a strong aesthetic throughout. And I really hope that, I mean, I don't know. I'm actually kind of hesitant to say there should be a Bloodborne sequel. It's just so good. I don't think it really needs a sequel. I just played it recently. It was amazing for PS4. So, I mean, it's a PS4 game. It's not like a PS2 or something. But anyways, that's my thoughts. I absolutely love it. What else should I react to? What would you want to see? Yeah, we covered a lot of Elden Ring recently too, which was very fun. So make sure to check those videos out. And like I said, check out my new couples channel with my girlfriend. We played a lot of Elden Ring, working on the DLC. Just got to Verdun. Wow, very difficult. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon.